Hello, I'm Sheila and welcome to this Hatha flow practice. Today's practice we'll be exploring really the concepts of expansion and extension and space. I hope you enjoy the practice, so grab your mat and I'll see you in a moment. Namaste. Morning everybody. Namaste. Lovely to see you all. Let's come onto our backs to start our little warm-up before we come into our sun salutation practice. So coming onto your back, and we're going to take our legs straight out along the mat. Taking our arms out to the side, palms facing up, and just doing a little bit of a squeeze. So lifting the right leg off the floor an inch, squeeze the right leg nice and tight, and then pointing the toes, and allow that right leg to drop, nice and heavy on the earth. Left leg lifts, and that again, squeeze all the muscles, press out through the heels, point your toes, and then drop the left leg. A little just movement of the hips, and then lifting the hips, squeezing the glutes nice and tight underneath you. There's a squeeze, 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 like we're really switching on all those muscles, and then release. So we really start to get to notice how the body feels this morning. So let's lift the arms off the floor an inch. And you're going to draw your fingers in towards your hands and give the arms a nice squeeze. All the muscles actively engaged. Squeeze, 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 and then stretching your fingers nice and wide, stretching, and then dropping the arms. So just noticing that difference between the action and then that sense of relaxation. So we're going to lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together underneath. And again, that's a big muscle under there, all the muscles around the shoulders, squeezing nice and tight, and then release. And you really want to broaden the shoulders out, drawing your shoulders up towards your ears, and release. And then pressing your shoulders down away from your ears, nice and long for your neck. And release. Squeezing your face nice and tight in towards your nose. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Stretching your face nice and wide, sticking out your tongue, eyes wide. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And release. Slowly turning your head to the right. Inhaling, coming back to the center, turning your head to the left. Noticing how that feels, and then coming back to the center. Lovely, and just noticing how that feels now that you've kind of reminded yourself of all the various body parts, all the various areas. We're very good at just being in our body as a whole for the majority of time, and our practice gives us this chance to check in, notice how everything is feeling, because even though everything's connected, we want to pay attention to the various limbs, the muscles, our ligaments, our joints, our skin. Lovely. And then on your next inhale, let's draw the legs together, lifting our arms up over the head, interlinking our fingers, pressing out through the palms, out through the heels. Nice stretch for the body. And then drawing your right knee in, giving your right knee a nice hug in towards the body. So when we do these moves now, we try not to be too mechanical. We want to be really honing our our expertise level of awareness. As we inhale, let's reach that right leg straight out along the mat. Lift the arms up over our heads so we don't become mechanical. We're not doing anything just by rote. As we draw the left knee in, bringing that left knee in, noticing how that feels for the hips, for the legs, for the arms, for the shoulders, for your neck. And then again, inhaling, reaching that left leg away, arms up over your head, pressing out through the palms, and then drawing both knees in towards your chest, giving your knees a nice big hug. Little rock from side to side, massaging the back of the body. And then coming back to the center, let's straighten the left leg straight out along the mat. And we're going to create a twist, so taking this knee over to the left hand guides the knee. Now just taking your time, noticing how that feels through the torso, the spine, your hips, your shoulder, your neck, your breath. And we don't want to force. Sometimes when we want to overachieve, we have to check in. Is that our ego kind of getting involved? We don't want to overstretch, but we equally don't want to understretch. So it's a fine tuning. This is why we have to be so aware and practice with that being present, being here. As we inhale, let's come back up to the center. Place both feet onto the earth, just so you can straighten everything up. Check in with your alignment. So feel how the hips feel, the spine, the shoulders. And then we'll draw the left knee in towards the chest, reach the right leg straight along the mat. And then coming into our twist, taking that knee over to the right. So the right hand guiding the knee, just nice and slowly. You don't have to get to anywhere in particular. It's not like we need to achieve anything. You know, we're not going to be enlightened yogis if our knee touches the earth and we kind of dislocate something. So just making it just enough. There's a little bit of effort, but there's a little bit of ease. And then as we inhale, nice and slowly making your way back up to the center. And again, both feet onto the earth, pressing down through the feet, lifting the hips. And you might like to move the hips a little side to side here, maybe make circles, getting a little creative, kind of allowing it to be an exploration. Nice. And then releasing back down, nice and slowly. Let's bring the knees in towards the chest. Hands behind the knees now. As we inhale, we're going to rock up. Exhale, rock back. So we're going to move again, slowly to begin with, or not such a big movement to begin with. So we allow the movement to develop and change, the spine to get that nice massage, noticing how that feels for your shoulders, for your neck. Lovely. And then as you inhale, let's come back up and over onto all fours. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips for a little cat-cow here. So straight into a Sahaja variation, circular. Moving your head, your shoulders, your spine, your hips in a way that just feels creative into the side body, that feels loving, that might even feel tender. Like a lovely peace offering to your body. course, if you would like to take this movement with you into downward facing dog, then please come up into that shape and create that movement through the legs, through the hips, through the spine. And even when you're in downward dog, you really want to notice the hands on the earth, your breath, and also that sense of pressing your body through the arms towards your legs, so you can always have the knees bent. You don't need to be over creating kind of straight legs and heels towards the earth. That's going to come later, so there's plenty of time. Lovely. And then as we inhale, let's step the right foot forward between the hands. Taking your right foot forward. Coming into a lunge, so the left knee comes down, hands come onto our right knee, and a little bounce here, a little buoyancy. Inhaling a little lift, we come up away from that edge, exhaling, sitting nice and deep into that front of the left hip flexor. Inhaling a little lift, exhaling, sitting nice and deep. Lovely. Taking your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, come round to the left, sideways on your mat, and you're going to tuck those right toes in, keep the heels down, and then bending your left knee, straightening your right leg. And again, a little buoyancy. We're not getting stuck. We're kind of saying hello to the inside of the legs, the hips. Nice. And then bending your right knee, straightening your left leg. And again, full connection to how this feels. If we find ourselves thinking about other things, we kind of lose the opportunity really to learn about how our body is doing at the moment. That intellectual intelligence meeting with the emotional intelligence. Coming round over that right foot. Let's step the right foot back into plank pose, nice and strong through the arms. Feeling that effort now through hands. We're pushing, actively pushing the hands down into the earth, reaching out through the back heels. Nice. Knees come down, back towards heel. We keep the toes tucked, we keep our hands where they are. Forehead touches down, and a little movement of your chin from side to side here. Lovely. And then as you inhale, rounding into your back, just coming to the halfway point, let's step the left foot forward between the hands. Right knee is down on the earth. Hands come to our left knee. And again, that little buoyancy, little bounce, just noticing how that feels for the front of the right hip flexor through the front of the body. Inhaling a little lift, exhaling, kind of playing with those edges. Inhaling a little lift, exhaling, so the body doesn't go into a panic that we'll be stuck here forever. One more time, inhaling and then exhaling. Lovely. Tucking your toes, coming sideways on your mat, round to the right, bending your right knee, straightening your left leg. Hands are underneath the shoulders. And now this time you might notice the hands can be a little bit lighter on the floor, not quite so kind of pushing down. You might be just a little lighter. They might stay on the floor, or of course if you're feeling confident and ready, maybe your hands don't need to be on the floor at all. Bending your left knee, straightening your right leg. Again, a little bounce, not getting stuck there. And then coming round over that left foot. And we'll step the left foot back, plank pose. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels. Tidal pull. And then rounding into your back, slowly coming forward. Hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. Nice little movement of the hips from side to side. And then tucking your toes, pressing back. Downward facing dog. So strong through the hands, the arms. Little movement again. Little pull of energy in towards the center of the body. Nice. And then let's walk our feet up the mat, taking our feet behind our hands. Taking hold of our elbows, a little sway from side to side, letting your head be nice and heavy. So we have this lovely firm stance through the legs, our roots, through the soles of the feet, down into the earth. And that freedom and space through the spine, around the heart. Lovely, and then releasing your hands to the earth. Let's roll up one vertebra at a time. So arms are nice and heavy, head is heavy. And when you get to the top, rolling your shoulders back and down a few times, moving your head a little side to side. Lovely, and then when you're ready, coming back to the center and stepping your feet together to the top of your mat, big toes touching, spreading your toes as wide as you can, maybe coming up onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels. So you have to really be looking at something that helps you stay steady. And then placing the heels back down. Nice and slowly. Lovely. So just arriving into this feeling of having like one foot with four corners. With your eyes closed, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Mountains are very exhilarating, very awe-inspiring. So whether you imagine yourself at the top of a mountain or looking at a mountain, and then that feeling that it conjures up in you, that power, that steadiness. And we'll start to move through sun salutations now. Surya Namaskar, bowing to the light from the sun. As we inhale, lifting the arms, reaching up. Exhaling, folding over your legs. So maybe bending the knees, hands to the floor. Now the hands can be quite actively pushing into the floor. Just notice, what does that change? Does it change anything? Does anything feel different when you're actively pushing your hands into the earth? And then as we inhale, we step the right foot back. Knee comes down. Left hand to your knee. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Taking your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, left foot back, plank pose. Feeling that pull of energy into the center of the body. Even though we're aware of our arms and our legs here, we want to pull the energy in. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels. Tidal pull, rounding into our back, slowly making our way forward. Hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. Tucking your toes, pressing back. Downward facing dog, hips up nice and high. Inhaling, right foot forward between the hands. We're going to come up into a high lunge. So we have our feet nice and wide, lifting the arms, reaching up through those fingertips, sitting nice and deep into that front knee. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up towards the sky into a twist. So we're sitting into the hips, strong for the left leg, reaching up towards the sky. And then right hand comes down. Let's come round to the left. Bending your left knee, straightening your right leg. Bending your right knee, straightening your left leg. We're going to straighten both legs, fold over the legs, hands onto our ankles. So strong on the inside of the legs, freedom for the lower back. Nice. And then inhale, hands come underneath the shoulders. We come up with a nice flat back. Come round over the right foot. Stepping the left foot forward, folding over your legs. Inhaling, rising, coming all the way up. Exhaling, folding over, hands to the earth, chin to the chest. So again, hands quite active in the floor here. So even if it means bending your knees, you want to tuck your chin in towards your chest. Push into the earth. As we inhale, we step the left foot back. Knee comes down. Right hand to the knee, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Taking your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, right foot back. Plank pose. Nice and strong. We get stronger every time we come through. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels. Tidal pull. So always knowing that you are looking for an extension. You're looking for space. This is what creates space when we find extension. As we inhale, we're rounding into our backs. We come forward, hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. Again, we're looking for space. Tucking your toes, pressing back, downward facing dog. So pulling again into the core, but even though we're aware of everything moving out, as we inhale, we're going to step the left foot forward between the hands. Coming up into a high lunge, so we have to have our balance, our drishti, our focus. We have to be here, we have to be present. Strong right leg, reaching up through those fingertips, soles of the feet down into the earth. And then coming into a twist, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up towards the sky. So again, we need to check in with everything. Where is the extension? How does the skin feel? How do the shoulders feel? Left hand comes down, coming round to the right, bending your right knee, straightening your left leg. Bending your left knee, straightening the right leg. Straightening both legs, hands onto your ankles, folding over. So we're looking to lengthen the spine and allow the crown of the head to point towards the earth. One day we'll have our heads on the ground. Who knows what might happen? And then as we inhale, hands come underneath the shoulders, nice flat back, coming up, coming round over your left foot. Stepping the right foot forward, folding over your legs, chin in towards your chest. Inhaling, rising, coming all the way up. So you have to really push down through the feet, strong through the spine. Hands come down through the center of the body. We just mark the completion of one round, our first round. How does the body feel? How is the energy? How is your breath? Where is your mind? Are we marrying the different intellectual kind of bodies that we have within our whole system? As we inhale, lifting the arms, reaching up and back. Exhaling, folding over, hands to the earth, chin to the chest. Now again, actively pushing the fingers or the hands into the earth. Notice what happens in the backs of the legs, the hips, the spaciousness around the lower back. As we inhale, stepping the right foot back. Knee comes down. Both arms now reach up towards the sky. Anjaneya Asana. You want to really turn those palms towards each other, even maybe the baby fingers towards one another. That opening, lifting, reaching up and back. Let's take our arms behind us, interlinking our fingers, squeezing the shoulder blades, opening through the front of the body. Strong through the legs. Nice. Releasing your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, left foot back. Plank pose. We don't need to be in too much of a hurry. Slowing down kind of makes us stronger. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels. Tidal pull. Again, feeling that extension. As we inhale, we round into our back, slowly making our way forward. Hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. Now this time we're going to come down to the earth, come into our Bhujangasana. So Tops of the feet pushing down into the earth. Hands come up off the floor, squeezing the glutes. It's very strong for the back of the body. Lifting the shoulders, squeezing those muscles, and release. Tucking your toes, pressing back into downward facing dog. Hips up nice and high. So always exploring. You know, we might have done this pose 1,000,000 times, but we still have things to learn. We still need to pay attention. Noticing how it feels through the legs, the little action there in the kneecaps, pulling up towards the hips, a little pull of the energy into the lower belly. Maybe lifting the toes up off the floor, pressing the body through the arms. No tension in your neck. As we inhale, let's step the right foot forward between the hands. Left heel comes down. We're going to come up into warrior one. So we keep the hips pointing forward. Lift the arms up and maybe look up towards the hands. Sitting nice and deep into that front knee. So you might need to change where your feet are. Give yourself room to sit nice and deep. Lovely. We're going to change that shape now into warrior two, where we open the hips, arms come down to shoulder height. And again, this idea of looking down your right arm, middle finger. We have to mean business here. So we can be in this pose all loosey-goosey, or we can really be in this pose. We can really commit to it, reaching out to the fingertips. Left hand comes down the back. Right arm reaches up and over by your ear. And then taking your elbow to your thigh, left arm reaches up and over. And again, that extension out through the fingertips, down through that left leg. Feeling it in the hips, in the side body. As we inhale, we come back up into warrior two. Taking your hands to the earth. Let's take the left knee down. Ardha Hanuman, as we press the hips back, lift the toes in towards the nose. You might need to walk your hands in a little bit closer. Try not to let the hips come further past the knee, so just above that left knee. And then as we inhale, we're going to bend that front knee and we're ready to fly. We're going to come up onto the right leg. Left leg lifts up and back behind us. Strong through the right leg, pulling in towards the center of the body. Makes all the difference here. Arms by our hips into warrior three. Lovely. Releasing your hands to the earth. Left foot lands softly beside the right, folding over your legs, chin in towards your chest. As we inhale, rising, coming all the way up. Exhaling, folding over, hands to the earth. Chin to the chest. So again, feeling the action of the hands against the earth. And then as we inhale, we step the left foot back. Knee comes down, rising up, Anjaneya Asana. So both arms, and then that turning of the palms, even like we're kind of pointing the palms to the back of the room behind us. Open through the arms, reaching up. And then releasing your arms behind you. So again, we're interlinking our fingers, squeezing those shoulders together, opening through the front of the body, strong through the legs, present, breathing is nice and even. Mind is connected to the body. Of course, the body is in charge when we do yoga practice. So the mind has to listen to the body rather than the other way around. Tucking your toes, stepping the right foot back, plank pose. That's an important something to note. You know, that the body is really in charge here. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels. Rounding into your back, slowly making your way forward. Hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. And then slowly lowering down. Coming into Shalabhasana, so we're going to lift the arms, lift the legs, and again it's that extension. It's like we're trying to touch the back of the room or the wall behind us with our fingertips and our toes. And then release. Hands come underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes, pressing back. Downward facing dog, hips up nice and high. So just being very aware of how this feels now behind your shoulders, your neck, your spine, backs of your legs, the action in the front of the legs. Lovely. And then as we inhale, let's step the left foot forward between the hands. Right heel comes down, inhaling, warrior one. So warrior one, you have to really keep those hips pointing forwards. So we really set this pose up with full awareness. Reaching the arms up, bending into that front knee, feeling that strength of the right leg, that openness through the front of the body. And your breath, warrior one. Moving now into warrior two. We open the hips, turn the body to the side, and then arms down, shoulder height, looking down your left arm, middle finger. Nice, trusting yourself, believing in yourself. Taking your right hand down the back, left arm reaches up and over, reverse warrior. Lovely, taking your elbow to your thigh, right arm reaches up and over by your ear, so we have this length from the fingertips down through the right hip, right leg, outside edge of your right foot. And again, that pull of energy into the center of the body, everything kind of switched on. Inhaling, we come back up, warrior two. Let's take our hands to the earth. Right knee comes down, hips come back towards the heels, toes come in towards the nose, and again this idea of pulling in towards the belly rather than kind of letting everything go slack. We want to be everything kind of engaged, strong. The muscles love this repetitive nature of movement. As you inhale now, we're going to fly. We're going to come up onto our left leg. Right leg lifts up and back. Strong now. Coming into our warrior three. So we have everything we need here. Strength in that left leg. Balance. Our sense of exploration, our sense of curiosity. Lovely. And then releasing your hands to the earth. Right foot lands beside the left, folding over your legs. Inhaling, rising, coming all the way up. Exhaling, hands come down through the center of the body. Lovely. Inhaling, lifting the arms, reaching up and back. Exhaling, folding over, hands to the earth, chin to the chest. Inhaling, right foot back. Knee comes down, rising up, Anjaneyasana Asana. Taking your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, left foot back, plank pose. Feeling that lightness now. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels, tidal pull. Rounding into your back, slowly making your way forward. Hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. Coming down to the earth. Coming into baby cobra, lifting, squeezing, and release. Coming into Shalabhasana, lifting the arms, lifting the legs, and release. Let's take our hands out to the side, winging the elbows out to the side, creating a nice movement from side to side. Our Sahaja Bhujangasana. High, circular is right for you, for your body, for your spine, for your neck. You might even move your legs as well. Nice. And then coming back to the center. Hands come underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes, pressing back. Downward facing dog. Hips up nice and high. Let's see if we can experience a twist here. We're going to walk our feet just one step in. We're going to have our strength and our belief and our faith in ourselves here, but we're going to be strong through that left hand. Take the right hand off the floor and see if we can take it to the outside of our left leg. And then turn, you're kind of pulling yourself into a twist. Strong left arm. Lovely. And then release. And we'll try the other side. So you have to have your feet good hip width apart. Strong through the right hand. Take your left hand now to the outside of that right leg. And then turn, pull into a twist, looking up underneath your right arm. Lovely. Releasing your left hand down. As we inhale, let's step the right foot forward between the hands. Left heel comes down. Inhaling, warrior two. Left hand comes down the back. Right arm reaches up and over. Now either taking your elbow to your thigh or maybe your hand to the floor this time. Left arm reaches up and over, but again, activate that top arm. Inhaling, we come back up. Sit nice and deep, warrior two. Straightening the right leg now, we'll move into triangle pose. So reaching the right fingers, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Try and look up towards that top thumb. Of course, if it isn't right for your neck, you can look down towards the earth, pulling all that energy back into the center. Lovely. And then as we inhale, let's come back up. Sit nice and deep, warrior two. Lovely. Straighten the right leg, tuck those toes in, folding over your legs. Hands come down to your ankles, or maybe on the floor this time you're going to pull the mat towards your face. But again, feeling where's the action, where's the ease. Nice. Hands come underneath your shoulders now. Nice flat back. Coming round over that right foot. Stepping forward onto the right leg. Lifting the left leg. Half moon pose. Fingertips underneath your shoulder. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Lovely. And then left hand comes down. Now we're going to bend both knees. And that left knee is going to tuck in behind your right ankle. We're going to come into a seated half spinal twist. So left arm comes round the knee, right hand comes round the back, sitting nice and tall. Don't worry about how far around your neck comes. Noticing how that feels for the right hip. The sit bones moving down into the earth. The spine moving up out of the hips. Spaciousness, freedom, and strength too. As we inhale, let's come back to the center, little counter twist, turning our bodies round to the left. And then as we inhale, let's come back up onto both feet, folding over our legs, chin in towards the chest. And again, that action of pushing the hands into the earth. And then as we inhale, coming up. Nice. Exhaling, folding over your legs. Hands to the earth, chin to the chest again. Inhaling, left foot back. Knee comes down. rising up, Anjaneya Asana. So we have to have that steadiness through the legs, lifting, 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 reaching, reaching, up and back, explore. And then exhaling, taking your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, right foot back, plank pose. Feeling that strength now through the body, that lightness. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels, tidal pull. Rounding into your back, slowly making your way forward, hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. And then bending your elbows, coming down to the earth. Again, we'll come into our cobra pose. So we're going to see how high we can lift up, pressing the feet into the earth, rising, squeezing, lifting. And release. Coming into Shalabhasana, so arms down by your side. Lifting the legs, lifting the arms, breathing, squeezing those shoulder blades together, smiling. And release. And again, we'll do our Sahaja Bhujangasana with the fingertips out to the side. You might stay again nice and low. You might find this movement. Just having a kind of open mind to what might be possible, our potential. And moving with your breath. Lovely. So from here, let's come back down nice and slowly. And we're going to bend our knees. See if we can reach our feet. Take hold of the tops of the feet, around the ankles. Forehead is on the floor. And we're going to really check in with those shoulders first. So you want to draw the shoulders back. The action is all in the feet. And as we inhale, you start by pushing the feet into the hands. We don't even need to lift up our heads. We can keep looking at the earth. One more deep breath in. And exhale, slowly making your way out. Releasing your feet. Let's take the arms up overhead, palms together. A little movement of your hips from side to side. And then taking your hands underneath your shoulders, making your way into downward facing dog. So tucking your toes, pressing back. You can take as many steps as you need to then make your way into this shape, but notice how that feels for the back of the body, your head, your neck, a sense of movement connected to the earth, connected to your breath. Lovely. As we inhale, let's step the left foot forward between the hands. Right heel comes down, pressing down through the feet, making your way into warrior two. Nice and strong. Strong but light. That's what we're looking for. Nice. So let's take the right hand down the back. Left arm reaches up and over. Reverse warrior. And then your choice, you could have your elbow on your thigh, or maybe the left hand comes down to the floor. Right arm reaches up. And then as we inhale, let's make our way back up to warrior two. Straightening the left leg. So we have that strength in the body, in the legs first. Really establish that. And then reach through that left arm. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up towards the sky and is open. It needs to feel open. And we need to be able to take that right shoulder back. Right arm up into the sky. We strong through the legs and try not to lean into your left hand too much. The temptation is to kind of really put the weight through the arm into the leg, but see if you can challenge yourself to not be so reliant on that. And then as we inhale, we come back up. Warrior two. Sitting nice and deep. Taking your hands to the earth. Ready to fly now. We're going to come up onto that left leg. Right leg lifts up and back. Coming into our half moon pose. So left fingers on the floor underneath the shoulder. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Again, we're kind of slowly turning the body. Right hip stacks on top of the left hip. And then releasing your right hand down. And we're going to tuck that right knee now in behind the left ankle. Coming into our seated half spinal twist. So we sit, the right arm comes round the knee, hugging the knee in towards the body. Left hand comes behind us and we sit nice and tall, left shoulder drawing back. We want to really sit up out of the hips. So there's always a two-way movement. There's kind of moving down into the earth. Well, there's more than two, but moving down into the earth, up into the crown of the head, but then also expanding out to the side. Lovely. And then as you inhale, nice and slowly, making your way back to the center, we'll do a little counter twist. So right hand comes round, left arm to the inside of the left leg. Nice. And then as we inhale, we come back to the center. We're going to come up onto our feet, folding over your legs. Chin in towards the chest. And as we inhale, nice flat back, arms by our ears, we come all the way up, pushing down through the earth. Hands come down through the center of the body. Noticing how your energy feels, the temperature of your body, your presence. Lightness, the expansion, the extension, freedom, the space. Okay, and let's come down to sit with our legs out in front of us. And we'll draw the right knee in towards the chest. Take the right knee out to the side. And then a little twist, it takes just a little turn of the body round to the left. So it's like you're just turning your torso a little round to the left. But then once you have that kind of turn, fold over the left leg. So it just helps us to be a little straighter with our shoulders and our spine. Gives us a little bit more alignment. So again, just play with where you feel this. Don't go too far. You have to listen in. Is it the mind that wants us to go further, or is it the body that wants us to go further? If it's the mind, then that's kind of our ego talking to us. If it's the body, we have more chance of being kind of compassionate and practicing our intuition, what's right for us. Lovely. As you inhale, nice and slowly, making your way back up. Taking your time, drawing the right knee in, straightening the right leg. Left knee comes in, out to the side. And again, that little tiny kind of adjustment of the body. It feels like you're kind of turning it to the right, but we're really just kind of straightening it up over that right leg. And then slowly making your way down over the right leg. Maybe closing your eyes, letting go of any kind of external desire to have your body flat on your leg or have your hands wrapped around your foot. Just please practice with full understanding of what's right for you, what's going to serve you today. For the long term, though, this is what our practice is about. It's for the long term. That's the beauty of it. What serves us for today and for the future. Nice. As we inhale, nice and slowly making your way back up, taking your time. Left knee comes in, straightening that left leg. And let's draw both knees in, coming into our butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. So hands around the toes. A little movement of the knees, getting nice and close to the heels, nice and tall through the spine. Again, there's that idea of having to pull a lot of the energy into the center of the body. Maybe moving your head a little. It's kind of like we're constantly checking in at the periphery of the body, while also pulling into the center of the body. And it's not just the musculature kind of pulling into the center. It's an energy. It's an energy pull. We want to retain our energy, come out of our practice feeling energized and sense of vitality, really, flooding our system. So we don't want to lose our energy. Lovely. So then maybe a little forward fold over the legs, but leaning with your chest. Try not to round your back. The moment your back starts to round, you just don't go any further or come back up and just, I always kind of feel like I'm trying to be like an ironing board in this pose. The back needs to stay that kind of straight. Whereas when we come into our Paschimottanasana, which we will in a moment, there's a little bit more rounding. As we inhale, come back up, draw the knees together, straighten the legs, lift the arms, reach, and then exhaling, folding over your legs. So we're creating that space in the hips, in the pelvic region, around the lower back. Hands come to where they come to. Maybe on the floor, maybe on your legs, maybe holding your big toes with your peace fingers, but try not to lose your neck. If you lose your neck or create stress and tension in and around your shoulders, then we're losing a vital part of this pose. If you can get your hands over the top of your feet, you could take your middle finger into that kidney point, give it a little extra juiciness. So we're still active here. It's quite easy to kind of go, my expression today, loosey-goosey. It's quite easy to kind of just, flop, as it were. But finding the action, finding the length, the space, being in your practice it's only such a short part of the day that we don't want to just kind of cruise on through like we're in cruise control. We really want to be fine-tuning our attention, our honing our awareness. So much of the rest of the day kind of gets put on cruise control that we get to the end of the day, we don't know really what we've done sometimes. But here we have a chance to be fully engaged. As we inhale, slowly making your way back up, and then taking your hands behind you, a little lift of the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades behind you. And of course, you can even come up higher if you want to keep the legs straight, lift your hips up that way, or bending your knees, lifting your hips up that way. Depends on your body, your shoulders. Try not let your head fall back though. Again, we want to keep the spine nice and long. I'm like the yoga police today. And then slowly releasing back down, coming onto your back for final relaxation. So feet, legs nice and wide, arms out to the side, a little shimmy, a little maneuvering, just to really make sure that you are in a space that you can totally let go and that you can release and relax. And this very vital part of the practice, Shavasana, is one of the most, if not the most important asana in our whole repertoire. Can we soften? Can we let go? Can we let go of any tension, any tightness? Allow the body to receive your practice. Allow the energy to move around your body, settling back down. If there's any kind of funny, quirky feelings, then maybe just maneuver a little, shake, shimmy, whatever it takes just to get into a space. Of course, being on your back isn't right for everybody, so if you need to be on your side, curled in a ball, I would suggest being on your left side. Or another option is to come onto your belly, making a pillow with your hands, scanning through your body, checking in, noticing how it all feels. And we move away from any sense of confusion, moving to a space of clarity, moving to a space of freedom, dropping in, dropping down, letting go. We allow the breath to move very smoothly around the body. As we bathe in the bliss of our practice, our peace offering, we allow ourselves to be rejuvenated with love, with compassion, with vitality. We bathe in that bliss body. Perhaps there's light. So beginning to take a nice deep breath into your body. As you slowly start to move your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, drawing your legs together, lifting your arms up over your head, giving yourself a nice stretch. And then drawing your knees in towards your chest, giving your knees a nice big hug. Rolling over onto your right side, curled into a ball. And then pressing into the earth with your left hand to make your way up to sit in a nice comfortable cross-leg position. Resting your hands on your knees. And very importantly, we just take a few moments to notice now. This is really a moment that we've practiced for, so we don't want to be in a rush. We want to scan the body, check in. How does everything feel? Not just the physical body, but all the different levels that make us who we are. So we have our physical body, our breath, our energy body, our kind of emotional intelligence body, our intuition. And any space and I'll share with you one of these lovely Radiance Sutras. Gaze out at space. So even with your eyes closed, gaze out at space, aware of multicolored luminosity permeating everywhere. The blue sky filled with rays from the sun. The night sky dark yet crisscrossed by the light of a billion stars. How can this be? All space is the same. Inside you and far away, lose yourself in spaciousness and come home to your true self. Lovely, we'll close our practice now together with the sharing of 3 Oms, just allowing it really to be about the vibration of sound that fills you and around you. Taking a nice deep breath in. Drawing your hands in front of your heart as we bow in gratitude and thanks to our bodies and our breath and our minds and our hearts for serving us so well, doing such an amazing job. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace to each and every one of you, and beyond to your loved ones, and beyond to the world. Namaste. Namaste, everybody.